This house cannot settle down for one freaking day, I swear. The gameplay this week has been off the rails and particularly bad, and secrets are being spilled left and right that is sure to shake up this entire season going forward. We have a lot to talk about today, y'all. Before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button below if you have not already, just so you can stay tuned as I will be doing Big Brother recaps all season long. Now, let's get into this mess. So when we last left off, Cameron had outlasted them all and had won the pressure cooker competition. Jag and Blue were set to be his main nominations, but there was still paranoia in the air as everybody was afraid of being backdoored. As Cameron does his one-on-ones, he makes it pretty obvious that Jag and Blue are going to be his targets. And when he talks to them about it, he receives virtually no pushback. I mean, Jag is just so nonchalant when he hears the news, it's like he's almost ready to give up.
If I'm still on Thursday on the block, yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
This week is not target driven. This week is just, I got to put the people up that I think are going to be doable and work it out. Because I think if anyone in this house has the fucking fire to turn in a veto, it's you, buddy.
So when the feeds come back after the nomination ceremony, pretty much nobody is surprised to see Jag and Blue up on the block. These nominations were pretty straightforward and they were what the house, aka Cirie, wanted. But don't forget, Cameron has had his eye on targeting Cirie and her side for a while now. He has been planting these seeds to various house guests for a little while now, which is super dangerous because as we know, Cirie's allies are also everybody's allies. Cory is one of the few people who's actually been pretty receptive to Cameron since he knows how dangerous of a player Cirie can be. Cory knows that somebody has to take the shot at Cirie, and he definitely would rather Cam be the one to do it.
You know, I talk more game with you than anyone else, so between me and you, we're just going to see how this POV goes. If it goes a certain direction, there could be some really, really big moves that could happen. I think you know what a big move would be.
I definitely do. You think you'd have the votes?
We would. We'd only need 5.
Cameron is also going to try to plant some seeds with Matt later on as well.
But in that group, there are specific about 3 or 4 people that are very tight.
Yeah.
We're expendable. Red's expendable. Bowie is expendable. They don't need us. Mm-hmm. They know what they want.
Yeah. That's how I'm seeing it too.
Matt is gonna pretend to be down for the cause with Cameron, but afterwards he's just gonna go and immediately tell everything to Cirie.
So what Cam wants is Cam, Red, Bowie, America, Cory, me. Which is good because I can find out information.
Right.
I'm ready with you.
I'm never gonna say anything.
So now Cirie knows that Cameron is attempting to sort of build this conglomerate to oppose her, which is going to make everything super tense as they head into the veto competition. The house guests all go off to compete in the veto, and when the feeds come back after the veto comp, we see that Red has won the power of veto. Who saw that coming? Now that Red has won the veto, the plans can start to settle just a little bit. Because from Red's perspective, he has literally no reason to save Jag or Blue.
They maybe approach you to see if you would take somebody down. Take one of them down.
Good luck. They both been running my name around. Like, wow, what I like.
Yeah. Well, I told him I thought it was going to be a very hard sell.
That makes about as much sense as wiping before you poop.
And Shut up!
Red also believes in that Legend 25 alliance with his whole heart. I mean, nobody else really cares about this alliance a ton, but Red was the one who started it, so you can tell it really means a lot to him. He doesn't want to risk Cameron backdooring someone like Izzy quite yet, and Red actually trusts Cirie with his whole heart. Like, I actually think he might trust Cirie a little bit more than he trusts Cameron.
I told her today I'd never want to be the one that would ever have to take a shot at you. I'd go home first.
I appreciate that. And I liked you from the second day when we talked in here, and I meant everything I said from that period.
So it's looking unlikely that the power of veto will be used as of now. With Jag and Blue likely remaining on the block, the house is now going to start to scramble, trying to figure out which one of them should leave. And by house, I do mean Cirie. Jag, along with the help of Matt, is able to tap into Cirie and Izzy and convince them that he should be the one to stay over Blue. He is a stronger competitor and would make a better ally and shield in the game.
I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, but out of the two of you, they need strategy, game-wise. Jag is a stronger target than Blue. He really is.
So right now, it's kind of a struggle to see if they have enough votes to keep Jag and evict Blue. Speaking of Blue, it's time we talk about this Jared and Blue situation. I have purposely been avoiding talking about this Showmance for the longest time now. I personally don't love watching Showmances. I usually think they're pretty cringy to watch, but this one just takes the cake. And now we really gotta discuss it because it's getting to the point where it might just start affecting the gameplay. So Jared and Blue first started flirting around week 2, and this whole flirtmance was immediately controversial because Jared just has this old school and honestly sexist view on relationships. Like, he admits to cheating a bunch and just being a general fuckboy.
And that's why I say, like, I had to start looking at females as people too, right? And I didn't mean it as in like I never thought of a female as an object, but I just didn't think that being disloyal to a female was the equivalent as being disloyal to a friend. You know what's an ick for me?
What?
Girls who fart. I thought that's what you just did.
No, I just
I'm gonna
cracked
be
my
like,
toes.
boy,
I cracked my toes.
Fuck out of here. He said, and girls who burp.
Yeah, this is gonna get even more awkward, by the way, fair warning. He also, for whatever reason, really feels the need to know how many people Blue has been with. He's asked her for her body count multiple times, and she's made it pretty clear that she's not comfortable telling him because, duh.
I don't want a girl with a high count. Not at fucking 24, 25. Is that understandable?
No, but that's you and not me.
I can't wait to meet one of your friends, bro. Or somebody who don't like you, so they can be like, yo, you wanted to know this? I got you.
And this gets even more complicated because apparently they both have relationships going on outside the house too. But child, that is none of my business.
I'm not really caring about you or a guy outside of here.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but I was just thinking about it. I was like, yo, like, if we know, like, we ain't gonna be able to do nothing with this after because we clearly going our separate ways. And it's like, damn near, like, we both got people waiting for us. I was like thinking,
I just don't really appreciate how the TV edit is trying to frame this as some light, fun little romance, when in reality, it's just really toxic and weird. But wait, it gets way worse. I don't know if it's the hormones warping his brain or what, but for whatever reason, Jared really feels the need to tell Blue about his mom. He has been dropping hints to Blue about him having this big secret for weeks now.
it'll be not a shocker, more just like a oh shit kind of situation. Like, not shocked, just like, oh wow. That you probably will find it more cool than anything.
Is it a thing that America knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not something that I hide from the rest of them. It's just something that I'm not able to
But
say.
like, I'm saying like Big Brother audience. Like, they know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And this has happened multiple times. Like, he will not stop bringing it up.
Because I'm like, yo, I want to tell you so fucking bad so you could just understand. But then I know, I'm like, it would be like probably one of the biggest mistakes I regret.
So I knew it was only a matter of time before he spilled the beans, and on day 25, he finally did. Jared and Blue are cuddling on the couch when he starts to whisper to Blue that his mom is in the house.
I got something to tell you.
Tell me.
That's my mom.
Really?
Maybe.
Well, you think I would start acting different to her?
No, it would just make you think like, okay, well, I can't. Clearly, he gonna pick his mom over me.
Why would that affect me?
Because if you found out that my mom was in this game, you would feel as if like, okay, maybe I need to do something about that.
Jared is really cryptic here and doesn't outright say it, so at first Blue is very confused and she genuinely thinks that Jared is talking about Felicia.
Well, does Felicia like me?
Let's just say, I don't know.
Girl.
She's just acting like this is no big deal at all. And after a few minutes of very vague and very confusing conversation, they end up consummating their showmance right there in the game room. Ugh. I know all the gross details, so now you have to too. Sorry, not sorry. Jared has been thinking with the wrong head and tainting the Fields family legacy for days now, and it's so embarrassing. There hasn't been any fallout to this quite yet, so I don't know how this is going to affect the game this week. If Blue was a great player, she'd take this information right up to Cameron and blow the whole thing up to save her game. If Blue was a good player, she'd at least use this information as blackmail to save her game. But Blue hasn't really shown that she has the prowess to pull off a big move like this, so she just may end up doing nothing, which would really suck. I can't believe that this season just gets crazier and crazier every single day. Of course, I want to know, what do you think of these plans for the week, and what do you think of Jared's messiness? Let me know in the comments below. I can't say I'm surprised in Jared, but I can say that I am very disappointed. Like, if he wanted to get with Blue, he could have done that without exposing the secret, like duh. Just chalk it up to age and immaturity, I guess. Of course, I will be back to let you all know the fallout of this and to update you all if anything else big happens. But until next time, bye.